Oh, hi again. I just wanted to post something quick about the media that we have here. Well, everyone knows it's a problem. Everyone knows that it's a world problem. Most of the media are left-wing biased. The problem is that in big countries like US and some European countries, you have both options. You have media that is left-wing biased, you have media that is right-wing biased, and then you can just basically hear both of them and decide where to meet in the middle. In Canada, there is no official right-wing biased media. So all the media that you have here, the mainstream media, like CBC, CTV, Global, they are all left-wing biased. And this is the main problem. So basically, political journalists, they're supposed to be unbiased. They're supposed to cover all events, and most importantly, they're supposed to hold governments, any governments, no matter what party they're affiliated with, accountable. This is the main purpose of political media, to hold governments accountable to what they are doing, because these are the only options that we have somehow to hold them accountable. So today in Canada, nobody actually criticizing the government, nobody says anything. Well, maybe some columnists or so on and so on, but not really official coverages and so on and so on. You have nothing today. So all what you can see on media, it's left-wing biased opinions of journalists and editors-in-chiefs and so on and so on. So it is a problem. It's a huge problem, because you don't really know who to believe and what to believe anymore. And I think it's embarrassment to political journalism. I'm really embarrassed that they lost any ethics that they supposed to have while they are bringing the news to people of this country. I don't know if they are getting paid for it or it's just their personal opinion, but they are huge companies, they are huge corporations, CBC, CTV, Global. They suppose, if I understand that it's really hard to bring people today that are truly neutral, truly unbiased. So if this is the case, they're supposed to have more stuff. So they're supposed to have half stuff biased right, half stuff biased left. If you have to cover news, to criticize the government that is left-wing, use the right biased reporters. If you need to criticize the right-wing parties for something, use the left-wing reporters, and then you will actually have full accountability to the politicians. You will actually have somebody that won't be afraid to criticize them and to say and to speak out and to say everything that they should say. Otherwise, I don't see how people can and should trust the media. Today, whatever happens, like, you don't see any real questions in parliament that that right wing is asking left wing and actually answered. So how can you decide who is right and who is wrong if you don't know the truth? So in my opinion, and it's my personal opinion, shame on you, mainstream media, because you are not delivering the truth. You lost your way. You don't know how to deliver unbiased content, and you shouldn't be existing unless you will fix yourself. Eventually, people will get more information from Facebook, which also is wrong, because they're supposed to trust their sources. When you are reading comments, when you are reading opinions on Facebook, you don't know if it's biased or not biased. You don't know if it's truth or not truth, because you can't actually see the sources. You can't understand where it came from. This is how the rumors started. This is how the misinformation starting, and this is the problem. But from other hand, what choice do we have? If we have media, but we can't trust them, we can't truly know that they are actually giving us the real news and not covering some political problems or not covering some political agenda. So where does it leave us as people that's supposed to get information? Again, shame on you, mainstream media. I hope I know that it probably won't happen, but I really hope that it will change at some point and we will get more coverage. Today I need to go to US news. I need to see Fox News and I need to see CNN, and then to decide what part is true from both medias and then to connect it. But most of the people won't do it. Today you are going to radio. When you are going on radio and you are listening to talk show, it's fine. It's personal opinion of a presenter and he says it. Like, it's my personal opinion. This is what I think. He's not claiming to be objective. He's not claiming to be unbiased. This is his opinion. And the good hosts actually give all the people to speak out, even if it's against their personal opinions. But with CBC, CTV today, they are not covering anything that our people should know. For example, all these protests that were held in Europe, all this military intervention in protests that were held in Australia, Melbourne, we don't know anything about it unless we will go and we will check the Rebel News, which basically is supposed to be more unbiased than CBC and CTV. I do think that maybe somehow they are covering more bias towards right wing, but they're still more objective than CBC and CTV. So you can check there, you can see the news that they're posting, you can see from on Facebook protests from Europe, Austria, Netherlands, Israel. You can see everywhere, but not on CBC or CTV. They don't care. They don't want you to know. And the same problem is in Europe. All the media coverage is left-wing and they just don't show. I can assure you that most of the people know about Canadian convoy from Facebook and not from their media in Europe. Same here. We don't know anything from Canadian media about what really is going on in Europe. All we know is what they want us to know. All their narratives, it's based on government narrative. And yes, today government is liberal, but if tomorrow government will be conservative, they will still criticize conservatives and they will show the liberal side in better light. So I don't know if it will change. I don't know how to change it. I do know and I do understand that if it will continue like this, people will be misguided, misinformed, and it's not good. So hopefully in Canada someone will raise this question, someone will actually do something about it, either by creating opposite media channel that will cover more bias towards right wing, so we will be able to hear both sources and to connect between both sources, or CBC will finally remember that they are journalists and they're supposed to be unbiased, and they will make the choice of their teams based on it. So they will take part of the people that are biased left, part of the people that biased right, and they will make sure that they will cross cover the news based on affiliated party, just to make sure that we will be informed. Because today, when I'm looking on CBC, if it's political, I can't believe one word that comes out of their mouth, and they should be ashamed to call themselves journalists. Thank you.